I'm now joined by one of our judges, Eimear Hennessy, the Global Head of Enterprise Services at Stripe. Eimear, how are you?
Good, thank you.
How did you find the judging? Because we had a broad spectrum of businesses here, some who are at different stages of their journey. Was there one thing in particular that you were keeping an eye out for?
Scale is one key factor here to make sure that what they're proposing will work globally, will work beyond the boundaries of where today they're thinking about the use case, because there's always more that you can do as a business.
And how do entrepreneurs balance that, vision for scalability versus notions of ego to ensure that their feet are grounded, but they do have that forward-looking mentality?
I think it's balancing the today and the 5-year plan, right? And that's where technology obviously plays a big part, because the technology is your scaling enabler, but also vision for I can solve for this with the vision to all the other places that this would work for us as well.
And when you're meeting our startups and any startup, how integral is the team and the people surrounding the CEO, the CFO, the CTO, and so on?
It's critical, and we commented so much today on how the passion and the love for the subject comes across in the founders, but equally then you need people with the financial hat on, with the experience in the area to bring forward, and you need different players around the table. They won't necessarily all have specific experience, so I think it's a combination of passion and experience. And in the startup space, you have to find a balance between what you can afford when it comes to passion and experience.
Yeah, you mentioned buzzwords. My final question is, how do we ensure that entrepreneurs and tech fans don't get distracted by buzzwords or jumping on a bandwagon, that they're using this technology to actually bring innovation rather than more noise?
Well, I think that comes back to passion in many ways, right? Because if you are an entrepreneur, you have seen a use case that is ripe for disruption. And I think a lot of the pitches we saw today, they're looking at businesses that we interact with and processes that we interact with on a day-to-day basis, and they're finding the piece within it that is ripe for disruption, and that AI and the technology that they bring and the experience they bring can enable that disruption. And so I think it's about your focus being critical, but combining that with your vision for where that focus can go in the future.